Welcome to a World of Tanks replay. This one is from the user Jepo driving the Foch on a standard battle on the cliff. I'm guessing the K is silent in the name Jepo. If it's not, then I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce it, but I'm sure somebody a lot more versed in European languages will pipe up in the comment section and say, hey, nope, it's pronounced like this, you idiot. So, Foch Tier 9 tank destroyer for the French. This one's got some pretty nice armor if used effectively. You can see there, very nice slopes. Does have some glaring weak spots, which I'm sure you can probably pick out for yourself. If you can't, then it's those sight slits on the top there. That big hole bar is a pretty significant weak spot. Other than that, you can probably try and sneak one through the lower plate, as the lower plate in most tanks is a weak spot. So you can see Jepo not playing this one passively. A lot of tank destroyers will head in the left-hand flank there to the 1-2 line and just kind of play a very passive game. Or they'll sit in base like the Waffenträger Panzer IV that we can see there in J2. But nope, Jepo has different ideas. He's not going to play passively. He's going to come all the way around to the 8 line and punch somebody directly in the face. Give them a bloody nose. You can see the speed of this tank. He's able to get into a great position very, very quickly and picks out a Tiger 1. Somehow misses that shot. Not quite sure what went awry there. I thought that would have been a hit. Spent long enough aiming. But that one was just not destined to hit. And you can see the tactics in Jepo's mind here. What he's going to do is be the first to this position, get shots on the enemy tanks, and then use his gained ground to fall back. Looks like that T-29 might have the stock gun, or the next gun in line. Doesn't have the top gun. And it looks like a lot of lower tier tanks have come this way, so Jepo may be in a good spot, bouncing as many shots as he can. He's in a hull down position at the moment. And you can see the tactics that he's got in mind and that he's employing here, which is to get as far forward as possible, land some shots on the heavy tanks as they move into position, and then use the ground that he's gained to fall back and continue putting space between himself and the tanks. Going to try and get a shot on the commander's hatch of that Tiger 2, but it's not quite to be. I probably would have fired a lot earlier there and probably also missed. Got a couple of heavy tanks in support now. But the T-34 is not particularly well armoured, and the Tiger 2 takes a couple of big hits there as well. And the T-30 has arrived. Jepo's got to be careful now, as it looks like his teammates may fold pretty quickly here. And he's got to keep putting himself aggressively forward to get shots onto these guys, or else it's going to be difficult to win this little exchange. Is trying to get hits now, but it looks like the IS-6 is determined to be in the way. Does finally take out the Tiger 1, but the IS-6 falls. That's definitely not a good trade, losing an IS-6 for a Tiger 1. And everybody's starting to fall back except this T-34, stubbornly blocking Jepo's way. He's going to have to get a shot on this Tiger 2 now. Goes well through the side of the Tiger 2. Does take some damage in return. And they do now have the Waffenträger Panzer IV in the rear. He was camped in the base earlier. Jepo's starting to take a bit of damage now, so he might decide to try and get out of here. The heavy tanks he has in reserve just trying their best to block his way. But I think Jepo has a quick look at the minimap here, just as the Waffenträger Panzer IV falls, and sees that they've lost everybody in the centre. And there's a T-43 and a Leopard PTA threatening in that position. So he's going to leave the two heavy tanks here to fend for themselves. Hopefully they'll be able to take out at least one of the attackers between them. Or just hold them off for long enough. If they don't do something, and this is definitely going to be a foregone conclusion. The T-43 comes flying around. Looks like for some reason he only decided to go halfway past the Foch. And then decided to stop and try and back off. Sets him on fire. This is just going to be a very quick reload to be able to take him out. And that is only kill number 2. It looks like the Allied team's having a terrible time here. I've just noticed on the scores to the left there, the artillery's on -1, the Super Pershing also on -1. T-34 regretting his life decisions here as he comes around the corner and takes a massive hit. Jepo doing the smart thing, ignoring the Tiger 2 to take out the T-34 first. And after spinning around to deal with the T-43, he's now right back on point. Going to have to go towards this Tiger 2 now. But there is a T-30 in the background somewhere. And a T-30 is going to absolutely wreck his day. Definitely has the alpha damage to be able to obliterate him in a single hit. And also got to be careful of that Leopard PTA. But with the Allies pushing on the far left-hand flank, moving in towards the base, You can guarantee that the Leopard PTA is probably off defending that. Even the T-30's probably turned around and started to look in that direction. Tiger 2 looks like he's suffering from a considerable amount of lag as he shoots and hits the rock about 2 seconds after Jepo passes. He's going to try and make it difficult for the Tiger 2 to hit any weak spot, which he does, and the Lorraine 15551 takes him out. So that just leaves the T-30 and the Leopard PTA somewhere on the map. Looks like the Allies are going for the base capture now rather than the kill. So it's going to allow Jepo some time to come around the corner and try and get into position to find the Leopard PTA or the T-30. Hopefully they're not both just hiding. There we go. T-30 is on the right-hand side. He's fairly healthy, so Jepo's going to have to be careful. Gets a great shot to set him on fire. T-30 starts to turn his turret around, but that turret is very, very slow. Looks like the T-30 has no idea what a fire extinguisher is, and that's super surprising for a T9 player. But all of a sudden, a wild Leopard PTA appears from the rear, and he took so long to take his shot there that he allowed Jepo to get his front armor on towards him and then not take any damage. The Allies stubbornly go for a base capture, and that is the win. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. This has been a great replay sent in by Jepo, picking himself up only 3 kills, but almost 6,000 points of damage, and just showing what map awareness and good reaction times can do for you, holding the far right-hand flank almost by himself. He did have the support of those heavy tanks, but they were really just terrible in a fight and just folded as soon as the pressure was on. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you have a great replay, then don't forget to send that into replay@screenreality.com. Link for that's in the description or on the screen. I have been Maxwell. This has been a World of Tanks replay, and I'll catch you guys next time. Live.